up on the Daily O, tornadoes sweep across central Oklahoma.
And Election Day is finally here. All this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Daily O. I'm Kendall May Stark.
And I'm Carter White. We're glad you're with us. Our top story tonight follows tornadic storms hitting central Oklahoma. Those in the OKC metro traded their alarm clocks for tornado sirens yesterday as tornado warnings went off in multiple counties in central Oklahoma. As many on campus know, the storms hit close to home as the sirens went off in Stillwater and classes were canceled for the day. Hit especially hard was the metro town of Harrah, with an EF tornado leveling houses and businesses just that morning. Those that would like to contribute to disaster relief can visit the Harrah Fire Department and the Red Cross to drop off donations.
Before the weather got too rough in Stillwater, America's Greatest Homecoming celebrated the Sea of Orange Parade on the final day of homecoming. And while she joins us later in the Sports Corner, Alyssa Brandon was there on Saturday to take in all the pageantry.
It was an overcast day out at downtown Stillwater, but the annual Oklahoma State Homecoming Parade brought out a bright sea of orange. Thousands lined the street of Main Street as they do every year on the morning of OSU's homecoming football game. There were all sorts of sights, from bands to unique school clubs. For Stillwater resident Terry Ventress, she enjoys the tradition regardless.
Oh, all kinds of things. You know, we've been coming for years and years and years, and a lot of things are the same, but a lot of things are different. Love the orange, love the music, love all the spirit. It's just fun.
It's not just about who's in the parade, though. The fans watching from outside and the community that this brings is what Ventress says truly makes the event so special.
It just brings everybody together. I've seen people that I've known for years. I've met people that I probably should have met before and didn't. It's just great fun. Cowboys have heart.
From cowboys to cowgirls to OSU's favorite furry friends, the Sea of Orange remains a homecoming favorite. Reporting from Stillwater, Alyssa Brandon, Ocali TV.
With Election Day upon us, see where you can vote here in Stillwater. The polls opened up at 7 this morning and they will close tonight at 7 p.m. You can go and vote at certain locations such as the OSU Foundation and the Meridian Technology Center. To find out your specific poll location, go to the Oklahoma Voter Portal to type out your first and last name, then follow the respective steps to see your designated polling site.
And it looks like a few members of our crew, including me, got the memo as well. We have a few Ocali people that went out and did their civic duty. Look at them with their I voted stickers. If you want to catch more election coverage from Ocali TV, tune in tonight from 6 to midnight, where we will have you covered with our Political Pulse Race for the White House live show. Carter and I will be there, so you don't want to miss it. As we mentioned earlier, Election Day is here. In-person voting at the polls is underway coast to coast, and today's ballots will be added to more than 78 million votes cast during early voting periods nationwide, according to data gathered by CNN. Either way, history will be made.
Indeed it will, Kendall. If Donald Trump wins, he'll be the first president since Grover Cleveland voted out of the White House, then voted back in. But if Vice President Kamala Harris wins, she'll be the first woman ever elected president. As Jacob Patterson explains, election officials are urging patience on what's sure to be a long day of voting and ballot counts.
For president, 3 for Kamala Harris, 3 for Donald Trump.
Election Day kicked off with a split vote just after midnight in the 6-person town of Dixville Notch, New Hampshire. Polls are now open nationwide, and all eyes on the hard-fought swing states like North Carolina, where a vitriolic campaign season has left a mark.
I don't care who you voted for. I want to be a community again.
I feel there's a lot of hatred out there, and I would like to see less of that. You know, less violence.
In Buncombe County, decimated by Hurricane Helene just weeks ago, election officials say polling sites are open and ready.
We've done double testing of all of the results uploading infrastructure, so we don't anticipate any issues with that.
In fellow battleground Pennsylvania, fraught with legal challenges and claims of voter suppression in recent weeks, the state's district attorney pulling no punches on potential disruptors.
Anybody who thinks it's time to play militia, F around and find out.
To Cedarburg, Wisconsin, where bomb-sniffing dogs are being used to keep polling stations safe for the first time ever. It's a safety message being echoed in Michigan for voters and poll watchers alike.
We will have them removed. We have that authority here.
Key to today's vote count in many states, patience.
I just want to assure the American public that it will happen, but it will be sometime after midnight.
The first polls close at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Jacob Patterson, The Daily O.
The sweaters could be here to stay, but what about our rain jackets? Bridget Nye's in the Weather Center with the latest. What do you got for us, Bridget?
Hey there, Cowboys. Let's check out your Tuesday forecast. Starting off with today, we have a high of 58 degrees this evening after our afternoon clouds rolls away, and we have wind speeds coming in at 4 miles per hour from the northwest. Taking a look at the rest of our state, we're looking at 56 degrees up in Guymond, and then we have 58 in Stillwater, and we have some mid to high 60s in the eastern side. After our sun sets this evening, we're going to be seeing 46 degrees with clear skies. Our wind is going to be low at 3 miles per hour, but our humidity is going to jump up to 90%, so once again, we're going to have some dense air tonight. Looking at our Wednesday morning, we have a cool 45 in Guymond, and then as we look over in Stillwater, it is going to be 52 with some varying ranges of the 50s across the rest of our state. Looking at our hour by hour for tomorrow, we have clear and sunny skies all day long. At 11 a.m., it's going to be 61 degrees. At 2 p.m., it's going to be 67, and then it's going to drop back down to 63 at 5 p.m. What to look out for the next couple of days? We are finally having some cooler temperatures are here to stay for this fall season. The sunny skies have finally come back around after a few days of rain, but don't go anywhere because they will be coming back this coming weekend. And our low wind speeds are here for the next couple of days. That's it for me at the Weather Center. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for keeping us weather aware, Bridget. When we return, a member of OSU Army ROTC joins us live in the studio.
She'll tell us their plan to honor those who served this Veterans Day. The Daily O returns right after this.
Got a computer issue? Meet AB Computers, Stillwater's trusted experts in computer repairs. We understand how important your devices are to you. That's why we offer fast turnaround times, so you're never disconnected for long.
Hello, my name is Roger Smith. I'm the owner of AB Computers here in Stillwater. I offer excellent services for repairs, upgrades, custom build of systems. I do Mac and PC repair. I've got best prices on pretty much everything you can look for.
We service all types of computers, from PCs and gaming rigs to tablets and everything in between. Whatever your tech needs, AB Computers is your one-stop solution. Whether it's a locked screen, a sluggish system, or any other tech trouble, AB Computers has you covered. Visit us at 211 North Perkins Road, Suite number 10, right next to Walmart. Our new location offers easy access and plenty of parking, making it more convenient than ever to get the expert help you need.
Ace in the Bowl Salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl Salsa is an olive oil-based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten-free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
Welcome back, folks. Joining us now here in the studio is a student here at OSU and a member of Army ROTC, Ella Rudisila. Ella, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, obviously, we know you're in ROTC, but we want to get to know a little bit more about you specifically before we get into that. So, just give us a little background information about yourself.
Well, I'm from Texas originally, and right now I serve as the battalion commander of the Cowboy Battalion, and I'm an aviation major. It's my senior year here at OSU.
Very nice. What made you want to get involved with ROTC?
Well, I've always had a desire to serve our country, and of course the tuition assistance doesn't hurt.
Absolutely. Was there anything when you were younger that kind of made you think, hey, this might be something I'm really interested in?
Well, my grandpa served in the Korean War, so he's a big inspiration for me, of course.
Absolutely. So, now getting into kind of your time here as a student at OSU and having to balance ROTC, how do you balance being a student and being involved in ROTC?
It can be a lot, of course. We do put in quite a few hours, and I know those that have a very heavy workload, of course, it can be difficult for them, but it's just about, you also have to take care of yourself, make sure that you're doing that, but keeping that healthy balance, it comes with practice and time.
So, I also understand that as being an ROTC and a student, you have legitimate responsibilities within being an ROTC. You mentioned a few positions. Tell us a bit more about what specifically goes into the positions that you serve with ROTC.
We do a lot of overseeing of the battalion as a whole. We do a lot of planning for the battalion, a lot of teaching to the younger cadets, and things of that nature.
What's a favorite memory that you have being involved in ROTC?
Oh gosh, there's a lot of them.
I'm sure.
Well, any of our field training exercises are incredibly memorable. Specifically, one from last year. There was a scary incident with a mountain lion at FTX. So
wow.
You can imagine. That was memorable.
Yeah, that must have been something. Something else, I saw earlier that you might be involved with the people who do the push-ups at the football games on that platform. So what's it like being involved in that in front of all those people?
Oh, it's actually, you don't really think about it whenever you're down there. It's just a really good time being super involved in the campus and in the football games.
What's the most important lesson you've learned being in ROTC?
I guess hard work, the importance of it, it'll get you further than you think.
Yeah, I'm sure that helps you as a student as well, trying to find that balance, like we said. So, Veterans Day is obviously coming up on Monday. What does that mean to the people of ROTC?
Well, it means a lot. That's what we're built upon. And it's a time for us to honor those that served before us. So we'll be helping out in ways that we can for that.
Absolutely. What are some of those ways? What are kind of the plans for ROTC to be celebrating Veterans Day?
Well, right now we are planning for the whole battalion to go on the 7th to help set up the flags and the dog tags for our veterans. It happens in front of the library, on the library lawn, and I really encourage every student to go help if they can.
What are kind of the future plans that you have, either with ROTC or with OSU and career in general?
My personal?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I will commission this coming May and also graduate. So hopefully going active duty and serving in the Army.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Is there anything specifically you're hoping to do with that in the future?
Hopefully aviation. That's my goal. So
very nice. Have you had really a lot of chances to fly with aviation?
Oh yeah, that's my major. So I've gotten the civilian side of it, so hopefully the Army side next.
Absolutely. Do you have any favorite memories maybe flying up in the air? Did you have a first time that you did it or anything like that?
Oh yeah, my first solo flight, that was the most memorable. Being up there alone, a little scary at first, but it's very, very memorable and important.
So how did you get yourself to just do it? Obviously, because it was probably, like you said, it was a little scary for you.
All the training beforehand, great instructors. OSU has some amazing instructors that help you build that confidence.
Anything else you'd like to share?
No, just encouraging everyone to go out and help set up the flags and dog tags on the 7th and 8th.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much, Ella, again for coming into the show.
Thank you.
Great having you. Let's send it back to Kendall at the desk.
One of the music industry's most legendary producers has died. Avon Molinar has this and more in your A-list update. Let's hear it, Avon.
I'm Avon Molinar, and this is your A-list update. Hundreds of Oasis fans fell victim to ticket-selling scams ahead of the band's reunion tour next year. UK lender Lloyds Banking Group says fans lost an average of $449 to fraudsters. Some lost as much as $1,300. According to Lloyds' analysis, more than 90% of the scams began with ads on social media. The bank says scammers posted about tickets that don't exist and then collected money via bank transfer. In general, Lloyds says customers have shelled out more for Oasis tickets than any other concert in the past 3 years. Music producer and composer Quincy Jones is dead at age 91. His publicist said he died peacefully, surrounded by family in his Bel Air, California home. Jones is best known for polishing the work of Ray Charles, Frank Sinatra, and Michael Jackson. In a statement, his family says they're celebrating his life, despite their broken hearts. And singer Katy Perry's latest music video is under investigation. That's according to a press release from the Balearic Islands Environmental Ministry. The ministry claims that Perry's Lifetime's video was filmed in Ses Salines Natural Park, an area off the coast of Spain that requires a filming permit. The production company allegedly failed to request authorization to film there. So far, no comment from Perry or the production company. Lifetimes is Perry's second single off her 2024 album, 143. Well, that's it for your A-list update, but don't go anywhere. Basketball is back in GIA. Alyssa Brandon will tell you all about it right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in the food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
Welcome back to the Daily O and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Alyssa Brandon. Now let's see what's going on in sports. It was a doubleheader last night in Gallagher-Iba Arena as men's and women's basketball both opened up their season. The Cowgirls started with the night with a bang. It was a 96-43 win for OSU against Arkansas Pine Bluff with a 31-point night from Macy Hurd. Hurd drained 5 3-pointers and posted a career high in her OSU debut, and it only took her 1/2 to break it. She wasn't the only Cowgirl lighting it up, though, as 4 others scored in double digits. Returner Honor Gray Aussie put up 16, as did Micah Gray, and Tenon Magassa finished with 11. Following last night, Hurd head coach J.C. Hoyt is yet to lose a season opener. And then the men kept it rolling just an hour later. Steve Lutz versus Doug Gottlieb, each coaching first games for their respective teams. Steve Spears shows us how the new look Cowboys brought the rowdy to GIA.
The Steve Lutz era kicked off last night as Cowboy basketball opened this season against the Green Bay Phoenix, who are actually coached by Cowboy legend Doug Gottlieb.
So respectful of Coach Lutz. They're just as advertised, plays fast, and they play hard and physical as hell. I mean, they just wore us out with the physicality. But I'm so appreciative of Coach Lutz and playing this game.
Tempo, ball movement, and defensive intensity were themes on the night as the Cowboys showed off their new team.
Obviously, thought it was a great night. I thought that that's a great step forward in terms of getting Cowboy basketball back to being, in Gallagher-Iba, back to being the rowdiest arena in the country. I thought that the students were good. I thought the overall fans were good. And I thought that our guys gave them, at times, albeit it was not pretty, I thought that our guys gave them things to make them want to come back and watch them play again. So I thought it was a tremendous step forward, and look forward to building upon that.
Cowboy basketball will be back in action in GIA on Sunday as they take on St. Thomas. From GIA, Steve Spears, The Daily O.
Outside of Gallagher-Iba Arena, Oklahoma State football ends their homecoming win streak. Arizona State and Stillwater for a homecoming clash, but there wasn't much competition out there. It was a 14-21 deficit at the half when a rain delay forced the Pokes back into the locker room. When they resumed play 2.5 hours later, the Sun Devils running back ran all over the OSU defense. Cam Scatabo ended with 274 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the score quickly ran all the way up to a 21-42 loss for the Pokes. But we did get a sneak peek into the future as true freshman quarterback Milwaukee Smith led the Pokes in a touchdown drive. But if you're a frustrated fan, don't complain about the results, because head coach Mike Gundy has some interesting thoughts about the haters.
This place has had tremendous success for 18 and a half years, or 19. I can't do the math real good, and so unfortunately in life, most people are weak. And as soon as things start to not go as good as what they thought, they fall apart and they panic. And then they want to point the finger and blame other people. That you see it happen in everyday life. People do it all the time. Well, that's what happens in college athletics. And as Jenny said, she's exactly right. It's just on the bigger stage where people can voice their opinion. And in most cases, the people that are negative and voicing their opinion are the same ones that can't pay their own bills. They're not taking care of themselves. They're not taking care of their own family. They're not taking care of their own job, but they have an obligation to speak out and complain about others because it makes them feel better. But then in the end, when they go to bed at night, they're the same failure that they were before they said anything negative about anybody else.
Yikes. Well, that's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. A sweet treat used to teach some California kids about tonight's election. Kendall and Carter have it right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alva when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family.
This might just be the tastiest election you'll see today. Peyton Little tells us about how one California elementary school is using cookie boxes instead of usual ballot boxes.
The time has come, America. A day of decision is upon us, where the future lies in but a singular choice between two vastly different cookies. What did you think I was talking about? Oh, right, the whole presidential thing. Well, members of this particular elementary electorate in California are far too young to vote for real, but they're learning the ins and outs of America's sacred franchise, using cookie candidates Oreo and Chips Ahoy. Leading up to their chocolatey choice, roughly 45 third graders at Laurel School Upper Campus have learned about the popular vote Electoral College, filled out voter registrations, made competing cookie campaign posters, and will ultimately cast their votes in a homemade ballot booth. The democratic process can be confusing and even a little daunting, but as they say, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Peyton Little, The Daily Up.
Well, speaking of sweet treats, we all know today is Election Day, but it's also National Donut Day. This is the second of 2 days this year that celebrates the sweet treat. The origins of the donut are in dispute, but some say Dutch settlers introduced them to the U.S. The spelling can also be a point of contention, as there are two options. Both start with D and end with nut. But what about the middle? The whole of the donut, if you will. Is it O or O-U-G-H? Well, the latter is more traditional, but both are commonly used. Whatever the spelling, the result is the same, Y-U-M. Enjoy your favorite donuts today and post about it on social media using the hashtag National Donut Day.
Well, before we go, let's go back to the Weather Center where Bridget Nye has our 7-day forecast. What do you got for us, Bridget?
Hey there, Cowboys. Let's check out your 7-day forecast. Starting off with tomorrow, we're seeing 67 degrees with sunny skies for Wednesday. On Thursday, we have some cloud coverage rolling in with 66 degrees, and with clouds is going to bring us some rain. We have 70% chance of rain for Friday at 60 degrees. On Saturday, though, that rain dissipates and we have 63 degrees, and it's going to jump up to 67, which is going to stick around till Tuesday. That's it for me at the Weather Center. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks for that, Bridget. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to tune back into the Daily O tomorrow and throughout the week to find out the latest happening here in Stillwater and abroad, or on our website, ocali.com. For the Daily O, I'm Carter White.
And I'm Kendall May Stark. Stick around for the Political Pulse Race for the White House live show at 6, and have a blessed night, everyone.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.